Last race. It's run in memory of Jim Joel, who was one of the great owners on the flat and then over jumps for many years, known the 1987 Grand National winner Maori Venture. Next Sensation heads these for Michael Scudamore and Richard Johnson. And Kessa, Nicky Henderson, Sam Whaley-Cohen. Rhodey, Tom George and Paddy Brennan. Solar Impulse for Paul Nicholls and Sam Twiston-Davis. David Pipe and Tom Scudamore team up with Monetaire. Rio de Civila for Nick Williams and Daryl Jacob. Majeur, Aulmes for Victor Darnell and Dennis O'Regan. And Arthur's Secret, Nigel Twiston-Davis and Ryan Hatch. And the first one we're going to see is Anqueta. And I've always thought, Jim, he wanted slightly better ground.
Get round and Cheltenham, and I think that would be a massive plus for him.
How do you think these new starts are working?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The jockeys have to respect the starter, and if they do that, there won't be any problems. So let's hope it continues.
So for the final time on Hennessy Day, let's hand you up to our commentator, Simon Holt.
Thank you, Claire. Yes, I agree. The starts have been transformed this jump season so far. They've been so orderly, even in the most competitive races. Let's hope it just continues right through to the major meetings in the spring, where there is so much up for grabs. But the signs are very promising. They come forward for this Bet365 Handicap Chase. Could be a good gallop on here with the likes of Next Sensation, Rhodey and Arthur's Secret, all horses that tend to race freely and quickly in the early stages. So let's have a look. Next Sensation in the red jacket from Anqueta on the far side. Arthur's Secret in green. Towards the left is Monetaire as they jump the first fence, and they're safely. Oh, and a bad blunder from Arthur's Secret there. Ryan Hatch was thrown forward in the saddle. He had to sit tight. Next Sensation, a real trailblazer, this horse, leads the way. He's going to jump the second with a clear lead over from Anqueta, and then Rhodey out wide of Solar Impulse in the Graham Wiley black and beige jacket. Monetaire to the outside of Arthur's Secret, then Rio de Civila, and finally Majeur Aulmes as they race in front of the stands and over the water jump. Next Sensation, what a sight he was over the water there, jumped it spectacularly. Leads by about 6 to 8 lengths to Anqueta, and then Solar Impulse followed behind those by Rhodey, Arthur's Secret, Monetaire, Rio de Civila, Majeur Aulmes. Well, Richard Johnson, who's looking for this four-timer today, he's going to have an exciting ride on Next Sensation, but he's just got to leave something in the locker, surely, for the closing stages in these conditions. So many in the Hennessy not getting home at all. Next Sensation flies over the next. He's 10 lengths clear. Over in second, Anqueta. Slow jump at the back from Majeur Aulmes. Meanwhile, the leader approaching the next, an open ditch. Next Sensation over safely. Anqueta jumping slightly to the right, then Solar Impulse on the right of your picture. I was impressed with his jumping at Wetherby last time. Monetaire, well, it's his jumping that was the problem at Cheltenham. He surely would have won had he not made a couple of really serious mistakes. Further back is Rhodey from Rio de Civila. Arthur's Secret is in trouble, and Majeur Aulmes still at the back, but Next Sensation still winging away over the next. Lovely jump. Anqueta continuing to jump right-handed under Sam Whaley-Cohen. Then Monetaire and Solar Impulse. Now on to the last fence in the back straight. So this is 6 out, coming into it and over. And Next Sensation with a decent lead over Anqueta, and then Monetaire into third, Solar Impulse, and Sam Twiston-Davis is fourth on the inside. Further back then, Rio de Civila and Daryl Jacob in the red cap. Majeur Aulmes making some ground. Rhodey and Arthur's Pass have a bit of work to do. The leader coming right back to the pack, or is Richard Johnson giving him a breather? They're about to run downhill towards the cross fence. Definitely looks like a breather to me. Next Sensation from Anqueta. Then in third is Monetaire. They're bunching together as the pace has slackened over the cross fence. Up the inside, Solar Impulse. Then Rio de Civila, Majeur Aulmes. Even Rhodey and Arthur's Pass were able to close a little bit when Richard Johnson threw out the anchor at the end of the back straight. And he really has slowed it down here. He's just looking round there. This is quite a cunning ride on this front runner. He's trying to save something, really testing ground. Anqueta second, Rio de Civila on the outside. Getting up the inside now is Monetaire. Solar Impulse not far away. And then in the pink jacket is Majeur Aulmes. This is 4 out. Next Sensation taken on by Monetaire. Then Anqueta out wide. Then Rio de Civila. Solar Impulse is being asked to close now. They race on towards the final open ditch. Monetaire on the right of Next Sensation in the air together. Solar Impulse landing in third. Anqueta is fourth. Then Majeur, Aulmes and Rio de Civila. On now to the second last. Monetaire, Next Sensation. Solar Impulse trying to stay on over in third. Next Sensation blundered badly there. And Solar Impulse left second. It's Monetaire that leads as they race towards the final fence from Solar Impulse. Monetaire in the lead. Tom Scudamore, Solar Impulse, Sam Twiston-Davis in second. Both jumped the last well. It's Monetaire by 2 lengths to Solar Impulse as they race up the run-in. Monetaire, Solar Impulse is trying very hard to bridge the gap in second, but he can't quite get there. Monetaire staying on strongly from Solar Impulse, and Monetaire, a much clearer round today, wins in the hands of Tom Scudamore. In second, Solar Impulse, tight third between Next Sensation and Majeur, Aulmes, a gap to Anqueta, then Rodi, Rio de Civila, and finally Arthur's Secret. Monetaire, 2-1 favourite, would surely have won at Cheltenham last time if he jumped properly. He jumped better today, and it was a good finish between 2 decent chasers. Solar Impulse losing little in defeat.
The gamble has landed. Monetaire bringing the money home for those punters who had faith in this horse, and Mick Fitzgerald, watching, you were one of them, and he's jumping today spot on.
Yeah, it was. He kind of, well, lost a few quid on him at Cheltenham because of those blunders, and I'm sure the DC David Pipe camp did as well, but no such worries today. Tom gave him a very confident ride, and when he pressed the button on him jumping the last, you knew he had a little bit left.
You could see from that side shot as well, when it included Sam Twiston-Davis on Solar Impulse, how much he was kicking and trying to cajole more out of Paul Nicholls' runner, who's run well in defeat. Next Sensation went out very disappointingly, having set a very strong pace with Richard Johnson, tried to give the horse a breather. It let everything else back in and didn't quite work out for